Hello, Alex. How you doing?
Doing very well, my friend, and yourself?
Pretty good here. Still kind of in the winter, and I'm still not sure if it's a bear market. So I'm in the winter, and at the same time waiting for the bear market or the correction to finish. So very happy, very excited that you are here, Alex. Alex from Last Dragons. You've
Yes,
been here.
thank
It's
you.
the second time. You were about what 4 or 5 months ago.
You're correct. Yep, back at the beginning of the project.
Yeah. It was actually when the project was just about to come out.
Right,
Uh,
yeah, I don't even think we minted yet.
yeah. It was before you were minting. Say, yeah. This is quite. It was quite of a promise now, but now it's a reality.
Yes, exactly.
So, how things have been for you and for the project?
Well, um, as you know, this is our fifth month of striving and being alive. And some projects don't last that long, unfortunately, in this space. And quite frankly, it's just the beginning because the 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 main culmination of the project is the play to earn game, which is yet to come. But the next thing that's coming up for us is the Generation 2 staking and a few other drops that we have in the pipeline.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Generation 2 staking? That sounds really interesting.
So the typically when projects have you breed and you make another NFT, that one is not considered Genesis and it doesn't generate reward tokens. But with us, we made that each subsequent generation just collects slightly less of the reward token, so making the generation ones more desirable. So the Gen 1s collect 10 scales a day, the Gen 2s collect 8 scales a day, Gen 3 will be 6, and so on. But there would only be 5 generations.
Okay.
So right now the generation 2s are babies, and we are working on the art for the adults because only the adults can be staked.
Got it. Okay. And if anyone that is watching watching the channel or hearing the podcast wants to buy one of your NFTs, you find them in Immutable X, right?
Right, Immutable X is basically the open sea of layer two, and then Token Trove is just another secondary market that some people prefer. Because yeah, so we're not minting anymore. So yeah, only secondary is
Secondary
available.
market. Yep. And do you know what's the floor price?
I think the last time I looked, it was in the 0.04-ish
0.04. Okay.
ballpark area.
Okay. I see that you have now the token.
Yeah, a lot of members who are on layer two, that's what they were asking for token trove because apparently some people prefer it. I guess because just aesthetics and certain features, it's easier to look for certain rarities and traits and stuff like that on token trove. Um,
How does it work? How you
but
get these ones? Is part of what you were saying of the staking, or is it a different process to get the tokens? How does it work?
so token trove is just another secondary market, but to stake, it's actually built into the website. If there should be some tabs at the top. Yeah, you hit enter, and then it checks to see your wallet if you log in with your Dragon, and then yeah, from the staked and unstaked section, you can unstake at any time, but
Nice.
yeah, if you don't have any if you don't have any dragons, it won't pull up. But yeah, it's basically an app we made inside of the website to deal with all of the DApp functions and anything else that we add in the future is always implemented here. So we kind of keep it all organized in one place.
Nice. Okay. And you just mentioned, and I mean, we talk about, a lot about that in the channel, especially in the podcast. Play to earn. When is it coming? Sounds really, really interesting. I'm pretty sure more than one of the followers and the people that are here, the podcast is going to be interested, because we're always talking about Axie. We're always talking about the new games coming. We're talking about Bomber Crypto, something like that. Not that.
Yeah, I think Alluvium is another one that's coming out.
It hasn't come out yet, that one, but yeah, we're just waiting on those.
Yeah, that one has a lot of hype to it, but ours is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be like a text-based RPG game. So it's a little bit of a different niche angle that we're hitting, and it's supposed to be reminiscent of the old school, like tabletop Dungeons and Dragons kind of use your imagination kind of game, but at the same time, there will be a level of skill to it that you can be rewarded for.
Interesting.
Now, as far as the date, we are still, it's still to be determined. I know I want to get a few testers from the community within the next couple of weeks to help with the early phases of stuff. But as of right now, we had my main dev is still around, but one of the guys that we onboarded had some personal issues and he's not with us anymore. So we're still looking for another game dev to help us with the game engine. Okay. So things have been delayed a little bit. So okay. I mean, really, we were supposed to be at Gen 2 staking by now, but because of a couple of more speed bumps that we run into, certain things get delayed. But okay. Definitely still trying to meet the mark of getting it out this year.
So whenever it's out, let me know and we can have a third call so you show us how is the game, the whole thing. Is it going to be like browser based, or is it going to be like Axie that you downloaded and it runs on your computer as a standalone application?
I think it'll be best if it is browser based.
Yeah.
Unless it just becomes too much of a hassle, and but I think browser based is the direction we're going right now.
Okay, yeah, awesome. So last time you were here, we talked about you were also going to create, the project was going to create a DAO. What happened with that? Is it created? It's still in the works? I know it's been only 5 months, so and I know that something, especially the DAOs, take time. What is the status of that one?
Yeah, so the DAO is actually one of the first mechanics that we've made. It's if you go inside of the Dragon app, the tab that says vote is actually the DAO. So if you go enter,
okay,
and then you see where it says vote beta.
Okay.
Yeah, these are all the proposals that have come and gone, and there's only been a total of 3 or 4 since the beginning. But I mean, some guys are maybe afraid to make proposals, or because I guess a lot of the stuff we talk about in open in the server itself, so it never makes it to this point. But yeah, this is essentially what the DAO has been. It's up to the community members. They've seemed to not have chose to use it as much because there's only been a very, very few proposals have ever been made. But like the fate of the burn wallet, some people didn't want the burn wallet, some people still wanted it, so we voted on it and they decided to keep it. It's like the original plan of the project.
Okay. Well, maybe they don't want to vote that often or do new proposals that often, actually, because you're doing things right.
So right, maybe. Right, exactly.
So last time also we talked about a mother dragon. How's that one going? Is still on the works? Is it out?
So the main mechanic for the brood mother was she was going to give us new dragons But because of activity, I mean, the NFT market is down because, ETH has been down, but especially on layer two, the activity hasn't been as high as we'd liked it. So we decided that instead of kind of flooding the market with additional dragons, it's in the best interest of the project to not have that, and with a view of the lack of volume. We don't want to,
Yeah.
adding more dragons is just going to, make them less rare, and if the volume is not there, it doesn't make sense to add more dragons. In fact, there's talks of burning the dragons so that there's less dragons.
Got it. Okay. And maybe it's this one, or last time also we talked about a treasury token. Is it this one, or that's a different one that is coming, didn't come, or it's about to come?
Oh, so the treasure, that was the original name of our reward token.
Mm-hmm.
So just after a few hiccups with the tokenomics when the token first came out, it eventually turned into scales. So the treasure token, we did away with it, and then we decided as a community to name it scales, and that's been ongoing. We've had live staking for a month or so, and because it's layer 2 staking is new to us, of course it's still in beta. There's been a few hiccups, but like today, for example, Jin rolled out another update, which causes, sometimes when you update things, it may break something for some people. Some people, there's no issue. For example, we had an automated system where you just stake the dragon in the wallet and you get the token automatically. But after a while, we decided to make a manual claim button to get your scales on the website, which seems to be less problematic as far as getting your reward tokens. Sometimes the system is down for a couple of days and I have to give out the scales manually. But we've been working through it, and I still think that we were actually the first project to have a working reward system and staking system on layer 2.
Okay, interesting. So if I understood correctly, there's two. There's the token trove and the what's the name? The treasury token, or what's the name of the token?
Now the token is called scales.
Scales. So there's the token trove, which is this one, and then we have scales, right?
Well, token trove is more analogous to immutable X. So like it's as if maybe like if OpenSea had a competitor, like immutable X is OpenSea, and token trove is just like another immutable X. You never been to token trove before?
Okay, got it. I thought this.
Yeah. It's a marketplace. It's a marketplace.
Got it. Okay,
Token trove
I
is a
thought this was
marketplace.
the actual token, and you had two tokens, but okay. I apologize.
Oh yeah, no. As we did at one time, and then we did away with treasury. But no, to see scales, like for example, well, you would have to go to the Discord and hit the official links. But once you enter the Dragon app, you would have to have a dragon to interact with it. But yeah, no, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the scales is not here. It's on the other part.
Got it. Okay, because I saw here like a little like a treasure box type of thing. It literally made me think that it was your token, but okay. This
right, yeah, I see. Yeah, no, that's just a coincidence.
Okay.
No, that's a marketplace.
Hey, I'm talking about the team.
It's a good marketplace too. I wish it was ours.
You said that the team is last time we talked, it was, I think, if I recall correctly, you started with 4 or 5. Now you have 8 in the team, and you said that you're also hiring. So the team has been growing despite how the market is doing. Your project is, I guess, expanding and coming with new ideas, right?
Right, because at first we didn't need as many people technically to do our dev work. It was predominantly handled by Jin, our lead developer, but now he actually needs extra hands to, because making a game, even if it's text-based, it's no small thing. So we definitely will need to expand a little bit to cover all the ground here and get things done in a timely manner.
Sounds good. So if anyone that listens, it's a developer or knows someone that is a game developer, just head to the Discord and contact Alex with your resume.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you would have to have experience in JavaScript.
Okay.
And Node.js and WebSocket experience, to be more precise.
Okay, so if anyone has those, just head to the Discord, which I think the link is somewhere. The link should be here in the where you have the link. Oh,
maybe at the top.
The links are here. The easiest way to get is you get into the Twitter, then you click here, and it's going to give you all the ways to contact the team. You just can head to the Discord, and then you directly can talk to Alex.
Yes, exactly.
Or what's your username? Akrin or Akri?
Yeah. Online, I'm Akrish.
So
but I am doxed, so people call me Alex as well.
Hey, and I saw that this one is coming on, or maybe already came out because it was announced March the 2nd. Can you tell us?
Oh yeah, this was actually the first project I ever did. It has a connection to the dragons. It's going to be an in-game utility to give your dragons a buff. It was a small stealth drop we did, and it was kind of an experiment because we're layer 2. We released these on layer 1 to get a little bit of layer 1 exposure, get some layer 1 eyes on the project, and because some of our subsequent drops in the future are going to be on layer 1 as well. So this was a good little front running test for us to kind of dip our toes in the layer 1 water. But yeah, the pyramids was actually my very first project, even before the dragons.
Okay. And those, you find them in OpenSea, or where do you find those?
Oh yeah, we made a separate Discord room for the pyramids of power, and they are on OpenSea.
Okay, good to know. And so, are you planning to do integrations between the two projects at certain point? They're gonna, I guess, for the game, or are you gonna use the pyramids in the game, or there's gonna be some sort of integration?
Yeah, we're not going too crazy with the pyramids. It's just like we see the trend of a lot of projects is to their subsequent drops kind of build the ecosystem of the project. So the pyramids it's a simple, the only utility is it's in game. It makes your character stronger.
Okay,
that's it.
Okay,
and in the future, the mints will be with just the scales reward token. So similar to how the creeps NFTs, to mint their future drops, you have to use their reward token Lumi. So in a similar way, I want to do that with the last dragons and use scales. So for example, when we drop the protagonist, these are like the main character, the character that the player is actually going to play as in the game. To mint those, you will need to hold on to your scales to mint them.
Okay.
So adding to the utility for scales, or giving the holders a reason to to hold on to it, to buy it.
Interesting. So it would be kind of like the banana tokens with the cons. You need a certain amount to keep minting and to go to
right, exactly. Yeah, rename your thing and do the biography and stuff like that. We haven't done a naming and bio thing, but perhaps we will soon in the future after we get over this next milestone. Okay,
nice. So just kind of to wrap up, wanted to see your point of view of are we in a down market, or are we in a, is it a correction or is it a bear market? What do you think?
Right now, I think it is bearish. I think the whole Ukraine situation.
Yep.
added to the fearfulness, and it kind of tipped everything over the edge, and people have just been extremely fearful on the greed index. And instead of having these volatile ups and downs, it's just really been down and trading sideways, and just, Ethereum has been staying down, and I mean, today things have been looking better in the NFT market. They look at Bored Ape Yacht Club as a kind of like a pulse. It went from like 150 to down to like a 63 ETH floor. I think today it's back up to I don't know, maybe a 90-ish, 80-ish, something like that. So hopefully this coming up week will be better, but it's been pretty bearish. It's hard to deny that we have not been in a bear market the past month or so.
Okay, and do you think that we're gonna have an all-time highs this year, or do you think like this year is completely off? In other words, is it gonna be like a traditional bear market that is a multi-year, and then we come back in the next halving for the Bitcoin, or you think that it's gonna be like everybody's talking about the cycles are going to be shorter now that so many institutions got into Bitcoin? It's kind of like right now in terms of technical analysis and more of a fundamental analysis, or when going to meet, everybody's predicting, we're not sure if it's going to be multi-year or if it's going to be shorter, and then we're going to have another all-time high, maybe not this year, but sooner next year.
So, yeah, I see on Twitter, people are still screaming they're 100K Bitcoin. On one side, I'm like, it may not be 100K Bitcoin, but I do believe that we can have another bull cycle this year and reach new all-time highs. Yeah, definitely. And if I had to put my money on which one was going to happen, I would say that we'll see another all-time high bull run this year.
Okay. Good prediction. I think to me, honestly, that I do technical analysis. Actually, the not the podcast, but the YouTube channel is mainly focused in technical analysis.
Right.
I know we're in a downtrend. I know we're bearish, but I think we haven't hit those levels that completely is gonna say, you know what, it's gonna be a multi-year bear market. I think we still have a chance to come back, and like you said, either this year, later on this year, or early next year, I think we're going to see a bull cycle.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And I think it's going to be a surprise too. I think it's going to catch a lot of people by surprise.
Hey, I'm just curious, since you have all the data, when you have a bull cycle, how does it affect your project, or how it affected or benefit the project? When Ethereum is so high, like, I don't know, 5,000, maybe in the next cycle, 8,000, 6,000, no one knows. Does it benefit the NFT market, or does it affect the NFT market when Ethereum goes so high?
Well, typically when Ethereum is pumping, the NFT market slows down a little bit because there's a direct price difference. All of a sudden the NFT increases in value because Ethereum is going up. So that normally that causes the price to drop, and then the adverse would also happen. So normally when ETH goes down a little bit, the NFT market kind of pumps a little bit. But I think they both went down at the same time because of just a culmination of circumstances, and the ETH market and the NFT market have both been down, which is not the norm from my experience. So I think the next step is for both to pump again simultaneously for a little while, and it could be as soon as the end of this month, depending on how Bitcoin and Ethereum act.
Okay, nice. So just to wrap up, we talk about the game, we talk about the DAO, we talk about quite a few things that have changed or that actually didn't change, and you actually deliver. Is there any other plans or surprises that are coming?
So the most obscure thing that's coming up that you guys should know about is the NPC drops. I haven't given an exact date, but that's going to be a free mint on layer 1, and it's going to be coming very, very soon.
Okay.
So just keep an eye out on the announcements, and as we get closer to that time, I'll start explaining what the NPCs do and how they're going to interact with the project, and why you probably shouldn't sell them, even though it's a free mint. I know people like to sell the free NFTs, but if you get a couple, you might want to hold on to a few of them because they're going to have some interesting utility when it comes time for the game.
Okay, so don't sell it, guys. And all the announcements that you mentioned are pretty much here in the Twitter or in Discord, right? Or you have a specific place for the announcements?
Yeah, typically we announce it on Twitter and on the Discord at the same time. We try to keep it like pretty, because we know everybody's not on Discord, but you might get your Twitter notification first.
Yeah.
So we'll typically announce it in both places.
Definitely. Okay. Well, everybody that is in the project or they want to be in the project, you know where to get the announcements. Usually I get them from the Discord, because usually I just have direct contact with you, Alex, and I have constant. Actually, we have a channel there that we help in Spanish. Okay. But just keep an eye on that. And any questions, if it's in Spanish, you can reach me or the team that we have there. Usually Alejo, that's his name. He's there answering questions. And if it's in English, you can always contact Alex or a cringe, or what's again the username?
Yeah, you got it right. A cringe.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thanks a lot. I hope to see you soon, and let's see when the game comes out, when other things come out. Let's just plan to have you back and talk to us about how the project keeps going.
Definitely, and I enjoy coming here. It's been a pleasure, and I thank you for having me on here. And I look forward to talking again.